Welcome to another episode of Wait There's More Get to Skinny with Sue and Kim. This podcast is all about real talk, real experiences, and the real journey behind weight loss, health, and learning how to actually keep it off. I'm Sue, and my co host is Kim. And together we've spent years navigating the ups and downs, victories and challenges of weight loss, mindset, and lifestyle change. Around here, we believe weight loss is only part of the journey. Each week, we're diving into topics like long-term weight loss success, mindset shifts, gastric surgery journeys, fitness, nutrition, motivation, and everyday struggles that women face when trying to live healthier lives. We are not medical professionals. Everything we share on this podcast comes from our personal experiences, opinions, and the lessons we've learned along the way. Think of this podcast like sitting down with two friends who have been through it, figured some things out, and now are here to share the truth about what it really takes to transform your life and keep the weight off. So go grab your cup of coffee or even your protein shake and let's get real about health, weight loss, and everything in between. Because remember, wait, there's more.
There we go.
Oh,
Hey,
hey.
we
Wow,
are
we're back.
back.
Yes, yes. What a busy week.
Yeah, I agree. Anybody
Um,
else raise your hand out there to a crazy busy week?
yes. I'm hoping I hear something from the scheduler about getting these rooms back in order. I'm a little bit tired of running in between rooms looking for clothes to wear.
I bet, or just have a big hole in your ceiling.
Yeah,
Um, just keep calling them from
I
experience.
know.
I know.
Oh gosh. So I thought about today. Well, I think we just said last week we were finishing our series on going to the gym or getting back into the gym. And one of the things people have an opportunity to do when they go to the gym is look for a personal trainer or take group classes. And there's so many group classes, so you really just kind of got to dabble at each one to see which one you enjoy. A lot of people are intimidated to go to even classes, and and what kind of personal trainer are you looking for?
Yeah, I think that's a lot of loaded questions that we're gonna try to unpack for you guys. Yeah, so part three, and we'll just say the final entry in our mini series of gym intimidation. Um, we created the habit of just getting there to the gym. We walked through the door and, we're on the other side working out. And I think it's natural that these gyms will offer you a trainer. But I also think too, Sue, we didn't touch on there's some people that just aren't going to go to the gym and they might go straight to the personal trainer for comfortability of like mine, it's out of her home. And we're moving that to a business she just bought. But,
Mhm.
um, then it takes the gym out of the equation, but the topic is still here. It still remains how do you find that personal trainer? They're not going to fit in a specific box. I think there's a lot out there. Sue, you have a lot of letters after your name. Are you a personal trainer?
Yes, I am.
You are. See, we didn't even talk about that. So, what is your list of skills like? Obviously, you aren't going to be for everybody. Mine isn't going to be for everybody.
Yep.
But what boxes are you checking off for someone?
Well, first of all, like I am currently now training two clients,
Hey.
one online and one in person locally. And so, the biggest thing is modifying the exercise that fits each person's needs and limitations because the one online is limited at the moment to what she can do. And so until you get them in a good place where they feel more confident building and challenging themselves, you kind of take it slow. I There's so many personal trainers out there. It's like you got to find one that maybe matches personality a little bit, or somebody, most importantly, that understands like what you've went through.
Yeah, for
Uh,
sure. And you definitely have lived it. And I love how that motivated you to go be a coach and be a trainer. I think for you, you wanted to conquer all of those accreditations so that when you got to this point, you were a little more well-rounded and could fit a lot of needs.
mhm.
I don't know what the scope was of what you learned, but yeah, I think you're right. I think personality wise, you want to have something in common. I mean, it's a very
Yeah,
they say personal trainer. I don't know if they actually mean it how I take it, but it is very personal, right?
yeah, yeah,
You're seeing me with my flabby arms hanging out of my t-shirt with sweat under my boobs, sweat down my butt crack. Like that's personal. Like I'm
yeah,
not going to just do that with anybody.
yeah,
So yeah, I think we need to like hit it off from the beginning,
yeah.
and kind of have a few things in common. And if it is just what you and I initially had in common was the Marine Corps, and then
Yep.
it turned out to be gastric sleeve, coincidentally. But
Mhm.
like, it certainly helps. Yeah, I can honestly say all the gyms I've been to, I've never found the one where I
Yeah,
I clicked with a personal trainer. Um, Group classes, I've tried them all. Do you remember
yeah.
kickboxing, Zumba,
Yes, yes.
step aerobics? Which I feel like some of those are having a comeback. I've seen some really cool videos online about step aerobics, and I don't know how they're not falling off of that thing. But yeah, group classes are intimidating as well because it is
Yeah,
a large group, and you don't know everybody in that room personally. But again, like we said in the first episode of this mini series, we're all there for the same reason. Odds are they don't even
care.
notice you or
Yeah,
care. Yeah, they're like, hey, cool, we're all doing the same thing. So
yeah, yeah, yeah. I see a lot of questioning, about personal trainers, like, oh, if the personal trainer looks like they're not in the best of shape, is that the type of personal trainer you want? And I'm thinking to myself, well, there's two different things. Like you can get the fit and trim, young personal trainer, that may not understand the whole, like, people who are really obese, because there's a lot of people that go to the gym that just want a personal trainer and just to get started that don't have weight issues. But the ones that do, the ones that had the surgery, that had to lose a lot of weight and try to keep up with the toning for the extra skin. I, for me, I don't think someone that hasn't experienced that, um, really totally understands like that person that's trying to get fit, in
yeah, I
my
think that's
eyes.
fair. Yeah, for our group listening, most of you, I would say almost
Yep.
all of you, have had a great weight loss. And sure, that little cutie behind the counter who might be 23 years old doesn't know our journey. But again, I think that's where, you know, you can be very specialized, and you might be choosing your clients that way too. Like, I want to go
Yeah.
through this with you. I've lived it. Let's do this. I know the
Hmm.
ups and downs. Now, there may be some, young trainers out there that have really studied menopause or, you know, bariatric surgery training. And,
Yeah.
I would hope that they would advertise that as such.
Yep.
Maybe I haven't lived this journey, but my mom did. And
Hmm.
I made it my life's mission to help anybody that is going through what my mom went through. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
possibility too, right?
Yeah.
So,
Or you ask the right questions
yeah,
yourself.
yeah. Yeah. So what do we ask? Can you help me with my flabby skin? How do you handle all this skin after weight loss? It doesn't seem to be going anywhere after 85,000 tricep
Hmm.
dips,
Yeah.
right? I mean, can you just be real and say, we aren't going to solve everything?
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, I think that's how mine is. Elena is very open and honest.
Hmm.
She's open about her own journey. She's done the bodybuilding contests. And now she's kind of learning about how her life is after 50 and not training for a competition.
Hmm.
And then she really works with us one-on-one to almost sometimes the six of us in our group aren't doing the same thing at all.
Right.
So like you said, really specialize it to that person. And let's hope everybody's lucky enough to do that. I am grateful and blessed that in this point in my life, I can afford a personal trainer. And I get it, guys. It's not always financially possible. Um, but I would like to think that at least the Keep It Off group or the Get the Skinny group, and we're just Get the Skinny on TikTok, right? We couldn't do Wait, There's
Yes.
More.
Yes.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
I hope those avenues of just our social can reach the people that maybe aren't just going to go that route or really just can't afford it. Hopefully, we can offer some coaching and some tips and tricks without that price tag.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Um, yeah. I love watching people challenge themselves. So it's been pretty cool. It's a great experience. I became interested in kinesiology during my weight loss journey and went back to school for it when we lived in California and got my certified personal trainer certificate from the college there. And then just recently, I got certified through the National Academy of Sports Medicine, NASM. I did their certified personal trainer program, and I did their nutrition coach, certified nutritional coach program as well. So
Well, that's
I kind of,
smart because
yeah,
they go hand in hand. I mean,
they
you
do
need
go hand
help.
yes. And I'm not a certified nutritionist, but I can coach people on their nutrition. So
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well,
yeah,
that's a good point. I wouldn't have known the difference. I mean,
yeah,
I think you went in the past 5 years and got yourself like 4 college degrees, so I can't keep up with you. Um, but yeah, I mean, I like that you recognized that there's more, a whole
yeah,
lot more to what you wanted to educate yourself with so
yeah,
that you knew who you could help. You knew going in,
yeah.
what was going to work. And I know that for me, whether I'm in menopause or not, I haven't really confirmed that yet. Um, I can't do one without the other. I really have
Yes.
found anytime I've had a success, it's because I did both.
Hmm.
Um, Working out and watching what I eat. I know that
Yep.
sounds weird to say because that should be so logical and obvious, but I
Hmm.
think there's been times where I only wanted to do one. I'm just going to do a diet. I don't have time to exercise or vice versa. Hey, at least I'm getting to the gym. Who cares what I eat? And I've
Yeah.
learned the hard way on both counts.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
um, yeah, I think that's great, Sue.
Yeah. I feel that we have to embrace getting older, and so why don't you just enjoy it gracefully? You don't. There's no need at this age to go out and kill yourself with
Right.
exercise. Some type of movement daily and just eating maybe 90% of your days healthy, and
Yeah.
that's huge. It's a
Yeah.
huge compliment. It's a huge compliment, and also like just think about where we were, before the journey began.
Yeah, I think it's cool for you because you get to see people like on fire and, taking that big leap. I can see where you kind of get a high from that.
Hmm.
Um, for sure. And I had another thought. What was it? Oh, the perfect example. I forgot what I was thinking. Um, Slowing down. If I could
Yes.
just slow down while I'm working out, I'm going to work that muscle harder, right?
Yes.
And then if I would just slow down my brain a little bit, I wouldn't forget everything. Um, Slowing down while you're eating, we've talked about that before. Chew slowly, bring that
Yeah.
fork to your mouth slowly, take your time through your meal.
Yeah.
All of these things, we flip the switch, right? you
Yep.
thought getting old was this, thing in the distant future. Now that we're here, why can't we just slow down, enjoy it,
Yep.
and, do it gracefully, like you're saying? And I
Yeah.
think, taking care of yourself is such a rush just
Yeah.
for yourself alone, let alone what you're getting out of it with clients. But um, that is that's been a big step for me, is just like valuing myself enough to do this, finding my self-worth in these moments, celebrating the wins that I would have ignored before, and just
Mm-hmm.
slowing down to, smell the
Yeah.
roses.
Yeah. But don't be intimidated about getting a personal trainer. Just ask them the right questions. I feel like if I was at the gym and I was a personal trainer, I would walk around with the the members in the gym, and I find this really strange that they don't do this generally, but like I see people on the equipment or using weights or, not using the weights. Their posture's a hot mess. Even on the equipment, they're not using the cardio equipment the right way. Like I feel like if I was at the gym and I was a personal trainer, I'd be like, "Hi, I'm Sue. I'm, a personal trainer here at the gym, and I noticed that you're running on the treadmill, like holding the handles. Like I try to like make them understand that that's not the purpose of running on the treadmill. Like just trying to correct
Yeah,
them a
how do you
little bit. And
delicately say that?
yes, yes. Or even if they're like lifting, like doing a deadlift and they're like leaning forward, like, hey, let me show you how to do it the correct form so you don't hurt
Hmm.
yourself, or injure your back or but then again, like is that invading people or do or is it, I feel like maybe personal trainers should do that more. And that's how you would, for me, gain clients, I would think, by just going out and talking to the members and stuff
Yeah,
like
I mean,
that.
and again, we're speaking from experience. We don't
Yeah,
know if gyms out there have personal trainers that walk around and help with
yeah,
form. Don't get us wrong, guys. I'm sure it's out there, but from what Sue and I have experienced,
yeah,
it's very like, I'm over here filing my nails, and if you want to pay $300, sure, I'll talk to you.
yeah,
And I think a lot of us have been through that, which created the gym intimidation. And
yep,
we gave up a long time ago, and we're not going to go approach those people behind the desk. And I agree, Sue. I think it would be smart for any of the gym staff to walk around and be like, "Hey, do you mind if I just show you something about your form? Something looks like you might,
yeah,
potentially be extra sore tomorrow. I'd like to, help you
uh,
avoid that,
yeah,
if you don't mind." But and again, there are going to be people who just aren't going to go that route. Hopefully, we have some tools for you to be successful, however you want your journey to be.
yeah,
If it's just kind of like AA, I'm having a weak moment. Like, can you just walk me through
yeah,
the next 5 minutes and help me get over this hump or whatever? We're here for you. So,
yeah, yeah. And then, when you get to the gym, like check their calendar or their schedule, or even online, go online and see what kind of classes they have to offer. Some of the classes are really fun. Like
mhm.
if you wanted to take a spin class, those are fun. And I think they have different, don't they usually have like different intermediate, like advanced, intermediate,
So,
beginner classes?
yeah, sometimes they'll just call it spin or cycle 101, but for the
Yeah,
most part, you can even modify within that class. So it really wouldn't matter which one you hopped in on. The instructor just needs to know that you're new, and they'll
yeah,
they'll tell you what you do differently.
yeah,
So for sure, I think I'm a big advocate for cycling and just group classes. I think
yeah,
for me, you just feel like you're doing that much more. You just need a little edge above just running the circuit machines and, walking on the treadmill. Once you've gotten to that point and created the habit and you feel comfortable, I think that's definitely, you definitely need, I don't know why I keep saying that word, 80% what is the formula, Sue? Like strength training and cardio. Is it 80/20?
80/20. Yeah.
You think? I mean, I'm just
Hmm.
guessing.
No, no, no.
Because I've learned that for me, cardio is not where it's at. And I think a lot of our menopausal friends would
Yes.
realize the same thing.
Yes.
And we need to
Yes.
like kind of flip that and say 80% weightlifting, strength training, whatever you want to
Yep.
call it,
Yep.
with the right form and with the right guidance, it is so beneficial.
Yes. And I am a big opponent of lifting weights with your body weight versus using a machine. You burn more calories when you lift with your body.
All right, well, let's
So,
clarify because you just said opponent. Do you mean
oh, I'm sorry.
do
Yes,
you like it or do you not like it?
I like it. I like it.
Oh, Sue, I had to get you on that one.
Some machines are like, they should take them out of the gym and never have them. Like the leg raise machine, you
Yeah.
should never lift weight up to your knees because all that weight, when you lift your legs up on the leg raise,
Yeah.
all that weight falls to your knees.
Oh, yeah, that always hurt. And the one with the calf where you're laying on your stomach and you pull it towards
Yes,
you.
yes,
Oh, my one leg would always just like feel like a pulled muscle immediately.
yes.
Yeah, I see your point there. So
So the
body weight
body weight, you burn more calories using your body to do dumbbells.
and going super
And
slow, right?
yes, yes,
Like you can't speed through it.
yes, yes. So that's a fun fact.
Nice. Well, I feel like this episode could go another 20 minutes, but I don't want to
I know.
lose our audience here, Sue. Do you have
Yes,
any
yes.
final
Nope.
thoughts?
The only other suggestion that I would absolutely love, especially as we get older, is if you have a pool somewhere
Hmm.
at a gym that offers water aerobics. It
Yeah.
is the best exercise for like recovery. It's low impact if you're a beginner. And I feel when you are done, you get a full body workout.
Yeah. Yeah, my
And
aunt has a pool and it's just an above ground pool, nothing too
yeah,
big or anything. But she'll do her own version of water
yeah,
aerobics.
yeah,
You know, she's in her 70s and just merely walking around the outer edge of that pool, kind
yeah.
of creating the
The
toilet
circular
bowl
motion.
effect.
Yes,
Yeah, she
yes.
said when it gets too much, it starts pulling her. She just turns around and goes the other way. But I
Away.
mean, she's
Yes,
getting a good workout. And
yes,
it's seasonal. I mean, she can't have
yeah,
her pool open in Pennsylvania, but I was pretty proud of her. I'm like, that's great. That's a great
yeah,
thing to do when you're not a member of a gym or you just don't have a street you can walk on. It's too hilly. The
yeah,
pool's a great option.
yeah, yeah. I think that's great for as you get older, great, great movement in the pool. Don't be bashful about putting on a bathing suit. Be proud.
And I don't know, we have two gyms that I know of with pools in our area. I don't know if you can just get a pool membership. Like,
Yeah,
I only want to take water aerobics. Can you let me
yeah,
in? That'd be
yeah,
worth looking into because maybe there's gyms in your area, listeners, that allow, that just has a straight class membership, and you don't have to commit to all these other things you aren't going to use maybe and find out, just do the research, find out if you can just walk in there and take water aerobics or swim laps or whatever.
yeah,
um it's worth looking into because that's a great exercise. That's a good point, Sue. Now you were a
yeah.
swimmer in high school though.
Yes.
I feel like that's a little
Well, you
contrived
can
there.
do laps. Laps if you're interested. I mean, that's another form of great exercise. But yeah, that's all I got. Just, I feel water aerobics is also very important exercise
Yeah,
if you can do it. Find a
yeah,
place
for sure.
to do it.
Well, then we have to talk about bathing suit intimidation. That'll be
I
for another
know, right?
episode.
Exactly. Of course, there's always wait, there's more.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Sue. Good conversation.
Yes,
And
yes.
good luck
Thank
with your personal training. And
Thank you. Thank you. Gosh, guys, leave us a comment, like us, subscribe, pass our links to all your friends. next week, we're going to have a guest,
I think so. Yeah.
and we're excited for that. And
Yay.
her,
All
her
right.
name's Kimberly too, so we'll be a little
Oh,
confused.
I'll go by Kim so we don't get too confusing.
That's right. All right, guys. As always, wait,
Wait, there's
there's
more.
more.
Thanks for listening. See you next week.
Wraps up another episode of Wait, There's More. If you enjoyed today's conversation, make sure you subscribe, follow, and share this episode with someone who could use a little motivation on their health journey. And don't forget to connect with us on social media, where we share tips and encouragement from our own journeys. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube by just searching Wait, There's More, Getting Skinny with Sue and Kim. Remember, your transformation is about more than just the number on the scale, because wait, there's more. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time on Wait, There's More, Get Skinny with Sue and Kim.